Have you ever thought that you were born with premature ejaculation and you'll just have it forever? Well, the good news is this is 100% treatable and you can cure PE for life. I know because I struggled with premature ejaculation and performance anxiety for over 15 years. And once I finally figured out how to fix it, it changed my sex life forever. And since then, I've helped over 350 men overcome premature ejaculation. And today, I want to share all of my secrets to make your PE journey 10 times easier and faster than mine was. So here are 25 game-changing lessons about curing premature ejaculation that I wish I'd known a lot sooner. Lesson 1. Up to 30 to 50% of men experience premature ejaculation at some point in their lives. And women experience more performance anxiety than men. So just know that you are not alone, and it's totally normal to feel this pressure to be amazing in bed. Lesson 1, don't be too hard on yourself. Putting yourself down for having this issue will only make things worse. Instead, have some compassion and be patient with yourself on this journey. Lesson 2, we're not born amazing at sex. And frankly, most people are generally pretty bad at it. And that's because of lesson 2. Sex is a learned skill. And if you've never actually put in the time and effort to work on being good at sex, then you could be a hell of a lot better than you are right now. Literally, anyone can become amazing at sex and last as long as they want. You just have to be willing to try and be humble enough to admit that you need help. Lesson 3. If you want to change how you perform during sex and last longer, then you need to change the way you masturbate. So instead of sitting hunched over in a computer chair with your body in tension, use lesson 3. Try laying down. This change in environment will give your brain a chance to rewire so you can experience pleasure in a new way, one with more control and a completely different experience. Lesson 4. If you grew up like me masturbating to porn, you will have experienced pleasure by consuming the most arousing content in the entire world. It literally brings you from an erection to the feeling of ejaculation almost instantly. So if you do this regularly for years or even decades, you will condition your body to ejaculate quickly. So lesson 4, stop watching porn and try to masturbate without any visual stimulation and instead just focus on the sensations happening in your body. Lesson 5. Another way to increase how long you last during sex is by increasing the time it takes for you to self-pleasure and masturbate. So instead of rushing and having 2-minute sessions so you don't get caught, lesson 5, set 15 to 20 minutes aside and develop an edging practice where you take yourself to the point of ejaculation and then slow down your arousal and bring it back up again. When you can edge 5 to 10 times, you will start to understand and gain control of your arousal. Remember, how you practice is how you're gonna play in the game. Lesson 6, if you are constantly stressed in your daily life and filled with anger, anxiety, or overthinking, then you will be living in an ejaculatory state and your body will be dying for a release. And if you used porn and ejaculation as a way to release stress your entire life, then your body will be conditioned to use that as a coping mechanism and you'll be primed to prematurely ejaculate. Lesson 6, reduce your stress. How you deal with stress in your daily life is directly related to how you will perform and feel in your sex life. Reduce your stress and you will give yourself the best chance to last longer in bed. Lesson 7, if you have a partner and are working on solving this issue, please give yourself the time you need to feel comfortable and safe in your own body before you try to implement it with her. If you try to rush it because you feel pressure from your partner, nothing is ever going to change. So lesson 7, do not have sex while you are in fear. If you have crippling anxiety right before sex, please pause and try again another time. It's not gonna work. back. And you can't override that fear. That's not even the goal. If you want to last longer in bed, you need to feel free and comfortable and relaxed. Lesson 8. Most men can't jump right from a stressful business day into fooling around with a partner. Your system is going to be overstimulated. So lesson 8, have a pre-sex ritual. Regulate your nervous system before sex by taking a walk or having a cold shower, a hot bath, whatever works for you. Give yourself the chance to decompress from the stress of the day before you engage in intimacy or sex. Lesson 9. One of the biggest mistakes I see men make, and one I made myself, is trying to connect to your breath after you've already hit the point of no return right before ejaculation. That is way too late, and you're already in crisis management and damage control. The key is to make sure you don't put yourself in a position to be fighting off the edge of ejaculation at all. And you can do this by doing lesson 9. Connect to your breath during foreplay. Inhale deeply through your nose and then exhale out the mouth with an ah sound. Get your energy moving before penetration, and you'll be able to keep control of your arousal and your ejaculation. Lesson 10. Kegels are not the magic cure to premature ejaculation. In fact, doing an excessive amount of Kegels can lead to an overly tight pelvic floor and actually make your PE even worse. Lesson 10. Stop doing Kegels. If you have a very weak pelvic floor, then you can do Kegels for maybe a week tops, and then you'll be able to rebuild the strength there. So please don't overdo it. Lesson 11. You were not born with an overly sensitive penis, so please stop trying to make this only a physical issue. Being circumcised or uncircumcised is not the reason you have PE, and no surgery is going to fix it for you. Lesson 11. Curing PE is within you. And this is good news. Once you learn how to get out of your head and into your body and regulate your nervous system, your penis will no longer be overly sensitive. Lesson 12. I used to be completely mute during sex, and a lot of my clients find themselves even holding their breath during sex and intimacy. This is a big problem, and it leads to a lot of tension in the body. And when the body feels that stress, it will try to release. Lesson 12. Make noise. Take deep inhales and express on the exhale with an ah sound. Not only will this help you move your sexual energy and last longer in bed, it might just be your partner's biggest turn on. Lesson 13. Most men with PE are so focused on their partner's pleasure and trying not to mess up that they completely forget about themselves. And so much of the practices like body mapping and edging are about learning what you like and don't like. Lesson 13. Ask for what you want and need in the bedroom in order to feel safe and relaxed so you can have a great experience. Maybe that means you need to take it really slow with a lot of teasing, or the door has to be locked and the kids have to be asleep with no time limit or constraint. Whatever works for you. Asking may be very simple, but it's really hard for a lot of men. Lesson 14. It's so important to get in the right mindset before sex. Instead of slipping into a spiral of self-doubt, you have to counter that and support yourself with excitement for your sexual experience ahead. Lesson 14. Have a pep talk with yourself before sex. Pump yourself up and tell yourself that you are the man, that you are ready for this, and that you know exactly what to do through your practices, and you can't wait to share your gifts with your partner. And then go and deliver. Lesson 15. If the way you are having sex is resulting in you not lasting long enough to satisfy your partner or yourself, then you need to change it up. And that means trying different positions. Lesson 15. Start penetration in a standing position. This will allow your feet to be more grounded on the floor and help you feel more connected to your experience. Change up the pattern of what you're used to, and you can have a new outcome. This has worked for tons of men in my program. Lesson 16. So many men I work with have this idea that they know they're gonna go quickly if they do doggy style or she's on top. So they're literally deciding that this will happen no matter what. And it's like that saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Lesson 16. break these limiting beliefs. They're not true. So stop deciding what will happen during your sexual experience. It's literally just a defense mechanism to try and protect yourself, but it's not working anymore. It's actually holding you back. You can have sex in any position you want, but you have to believe you can do it. Lesson 17. When porn is your only form of sex education, it's normal to think that the only way to have sex is to go hard and fast and as deep as possible. But porn is not real life, and most women don't even want this. So stop trying to copy porn and instead do lesson 17. Start slow. Start penetration extremely slowly with teasing or rubbing your penis on the outside of her vulva and very slowly going in. Do not start pounding right away. Instead, do 8 shallow thrusts for every 2 deep thrusts. Lesson 18. So many of my clients that have cured lifelong PE realize that it's a problem that they make out to be much bigger than it really is. And if they start penetration really conservatively and slowly with deep connection to their breath, they realize something amazing. Lesson 18. Be very conservative for the first 2 to 3 minutes of penetration. Because once they made it past that point, all of the pressure that they had been putting on themselves completely washed away. Then they were able to gain confidence, go faster, and try all of the positions that they wanted. Lesson 19. Remember, holding on to things you want to say, especially to your partner, can create more tension in the body and make you more prone to prematurely ejaculate. And one of the biggest game changers that resulted in so many men in my program overcoming premature ejaculation for the first time with their wife was based on this, lesson 19. Asking her to put her hand on your chest or on your back right before penetration so you know she is there for you and everything is okay. For a bunch of my clients, this has been the key to feeling safe with their partner, knowing they were held, and that enabled them to last as long as they wanted for the first time in their entire lives. Lesson 20. So many men want to believe that premature ejaculation is just an issue in the bedroom, and it has nothing to do with any other aspects of their lives. But actually, they're directly related. Lesson 20. Saying no. Sometimes having a conversation and standing up to your boss or setting boundaries and saying no to your mother or father can have a dramatic impact on your sex life. I have had guys who are in complete shock and disbelief that having a confronting conversation with their family member completely opened up their ability to move their sexual energy and last longer in bed. Lesson 21. When I was growing up, there was always this consensus that sex didn't count unless there was an ejaculation. That ejaculation was the entire point of sex. And not only is this completely false, but it adds pressure and anxiety to sex, which can make us experience premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. Lesson 21. Take the goal of ejaculation and orgasm away from sex. Completely remove all expectations and just see what happens. The funny thing is, as soon as the pressure is removed, it usually leads to the best orgasms and ejaculations anyways. Lesson 22. The idea that pleasure equals ejaculation is so limiting to our sexual experience, and it actually holds us back from lasting longer in bed. And that's because deep connection to your entire body outside of your genitals is crucial to be able to move your sexual energy and make sure that energy doesn't stagnate in your genitals. Lesson 22, learn body mapping. When you can learn how to move your sexual energy and feel pleasure all over your body, you'll not only have the keys to lasting as long as you want in the bedroom, but you might even unlock full body orgasms. Lesson 23. As men, we are very rational and goal-oriented, and we also want to try and control everything. But when it comes to pleasure, this is one thing that you cannot force control over. It can't be willed with your mind. Lesson 23, it takes surrender. The paradox here is that in order to gain complete control of your arousal and last as long as you want, you need to learn how to let go of control. Letting go allows you to connect deeply with your body and regulate your nervous system. And this is a huge key to overcoming premature ejaculation. Lesson 24. Trying to hide your shame and embarrassment around having PE could be one of the biggest things holding you back from overcoming it. Lesson 24. Open up. Share with your partner that you are experiencing fear and anxiety around sex, and that it's something you want to work on with her. A loving partner will be so appreciative that you were able to bring up something so vulnerable. And so many of my clients have said that this conversation was a crucial part of curing their PE. Lesson 25. Once you are on this journey and working deeply on your breath and your edging practice and your connection to yourself, do not jump right into penetrative sex with a partner. Your practice takes time to integrate, so don't run before you can walk. And have a plan to integrate this with your partner gradually so you feel safe and relaxed going into penetration. Lesson 25. Take penetration off the table for the first month and instead connect with non-genital stimulation and work up to hands and then maybe oral sex. Give yourself the time to build this safety, and you will put yourself in the best position to last longer in bed and have an amazing sex life. Now, if you are sick of wasting time trying to figure this out all on your own and are looking for direct coaching and guidance to solve premature ejaculation for life, click the link below in the description or go directly to alexgrendy.com and book a call with us, and let's see if we're the right fit to work together. Or check out this next video right here to learn more about my story and how I cured my premature ejaculation after 30 and completely changed my sex life.